and welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Jim Yelton, who is the Vice President of Maplewood Barn Board of Directors, and you are here to talk to us today about a new show you guys have coming up.
Yeah, because this is something that, it's funny, whenever anybody asks me, like, so we're doing Shakespeare this season.
Yes.
And I know you've talked to some other people earlier in the season about some of our Shakespeare shows.
Mm-hmm.
And the upcoming show is The Shark is Broken. And they're like, what does that have to do with Shakespeare? And it really doesn't have anything to do with Shakespeare, because this is an added show that we squeezed into the schedule because for 50 years, I have been passionately in love with the movie Jaws, and Robert Shaw's son, Robert Shaw played Quint in the movie, his son co-wrote a play about the behind-the-scenes shenanigans that went on while they were making this movie, because it's famously known for going long on the schedule. They went over schedule. Everybody's heard stories about how the mechanical shark didn't work.
Yes.
Thus the title, The Shark is Broken. Because they would hear this over their walkie-talkies all day while they were shooting this. The shark is broken again. We have to take it back and fix it. And unfortunately, because Steven Spielberg decided to shoot this movie on the ocean, which had never been done before to this scale, the three actors who were on the boat for the movie were stuck on the boat waiting for the shark to get fixed and be brought out so they could shoot their scenes. And so the play is about Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss and what they were up to while the tech crew was fixing the shark on shore, what these guys were doing to kind of pass the time in between scenes while the shark was being fixed. And it spans the entire length of the shooting schedule. The movie was shot from May to October of 1974, and then it came out in 75. And my parents were horrible parents because they did not pay attention to the warning on the poster that says may be intense for younger children. And they made the decision to take their 3-year-old son to see this movie. And even at 3 years old, like, it scared the bejesus out of me, but it had such an impact on me that 50 years later, I'm still a raving fan of this movie. I've taught classes at the Adult Education Center about the screenwriting of the movie. I've done podcasts. I've done so much to talk about how much I love this. And when I saw this play on Broadway, I walked out of the theater and looked at my wife and I said, whenever the rights are available, I have to figure out a way to do this. And I'm thinking, like, that's 5-10 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that the rights were going to be available that fall, and that I would have to scramble and try and convince Maplewood Barn that we could, like, shoehorn this into the middle of the season. But everybody at Maplewood was super enthusiastic about it. They loved the idea of being able to do this, and we're doing it. We're opening the weekend of the 50th anniversary of Jaws' release, so we were able to kind of tie it into the release and the
That's
anniversary.
really great timing. That's great timing. Now, Jim, were you really traumatized at 3?
So, you know, when people talk about, like, their earliest childhood memories,
Sure.
like, I remember cowering behind the row of seats in front of us at the movie theater. Like, I could tell you how sticky the floor was. That's how much I remember about seeing it. And then the worst part was the following summer, we went on vacation to California and we went and did the Universal Studios tour, and they had just added the shark to the tour.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember being in the tram and hearing the music come up and losing my sanity because I knew the shark was coming out of the water and it was going to eat me. So I tried to crawl out of the tram. My dad had to, like, pull me back in. And, you know, ever since then, how much it terrified me as a child has started to subside because I'm an adult and I know sharks aren't going to come out of a swimming pool and eat me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of like the gateway for me to Steven Spielberg and all of his other movies. And he is my idol as a director. And so to be able to kind of go back, and it's not so much follow in his footsteps, but to be able to pay homage to something that he did that really launched his career and summer blockbuster movies as we know it.
Truly. It truly, really. I mean, I was born in 1974, so I didn't get to see it when it first came out, but I do remember my initial encounter with Jaws. And I mean, it was scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a scary movie. I mean, even though, when you look back at it now, like the shark looks like a mechanical.
Yeah, and when we talk about like the problems they had with
Yes.
the mechanical shark, it's funny when people realize that the shark was only in it for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yes.
Like you don't see the shark for more than that. So
The music.
what they were able to do with the tension and the music and just the way they edited things was amazing.
It really was. I mean, the buildup,
Yep.
the music itself is just, ooh.
Yeah.
It gives you kind of the heebie-jeebies.
It does.
Well, but you guys, I'm sure that this is going to be entertaining, highly entertaining.
Yes.
I'm sure. And
So-
are tickets on sale?
Tickets are on sale. I want people to come out. We've got a great cast. William Harrison's playing Robert Shaw, who played Quint. We've got Mark Baumgartner, who's playing Roy Scheider, and Matthew Neff is playing Richard Dreyfuss. And it's weird because they're starting to get into costume now, and it's crazy how much they're starting to look like the
Love it.
actors. But tickets are on sale, so they can go to maplewoodbarn.org and come see the show starting June 19th next week.
Starting June 19th. And how long does it run?
It's going to run for 2 weekends.
Okay, it runs for 2 weekends, so people got a couple weekends to come out
Yep.
and see it. It's outdoors. Remind
Outdoors.
people what they can bring.
Bring your chairs and blankets and food and drink if you want. And Just
Yeah.
enjoy the show.
And just enjoy the show. Sounds like a great time as always. Jim, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
This is your Be Well moment by Burl Behavioral Health. Life is full of moments of hardships, joy, and everything in between. While we don't always feel joyful, we can think of memories where we have felt joy in the past to create ease now. For this practice, try closing your eyes if that's safe. Think about a time when you genuinely smiled or laughed. Maybe it was a silly moment with a pet or a joke with a friend. Recall the details. Where were you? Who was with you? What did it feel like? We can revisit our moments of joy.